2 years ago, Lynda Harlos and her daughter Samantha came to a nightmarish realization. Not only had Samantha just come out of an abusive relationship, but Samantha's former boyfriend had been trafficking her, convincing her to have sex with others to pay the bills and to keep her young son safe. Samantha has given her mother permission to speak on her behalf.
Well, we are a family of 4 kids, and my husband and I have been together for a lot of years. I was fortunate enough I could be a stay-at-home mom, and so I was. We had family nights, movie nights and game nights, and we did family walks and family trips, and we were close. We went through typical problems that all families do with kids, and especially when they turn into teenagers. But we've always kept a very open door. Anytime there was a problem, we'd sit around the table and we'd do family discussions about things to try to find solutions to whatever was going on. Honestly, the setting is just your typical suburban family.
At 17, Samantha was a typical teenager.
She loved the challenge of trying to work around me. And it is one of the best qualities she has to this day, because that tenacity is what helped her get out of this.
In high school, Samantha started hanging out with a new group of friends.
We thought she was at a sleepover at a friend's house. I never let them go to somebody's house that I didn't know the parents, so I had set up a meeting with the parents to meet them first. They met with me, they seemed really nice, but the night that she was at this sleepover and I called in to say goodnight, they made excuses for why she couldn't come to the phone, but they knew she was at this party.
At the party, she was drugged and gang raped. The police were notified, but everyone they interviewed about the incident said she was lying. And that was only the start of her troubles. Samantha was now pregnant, and even her friends thought she was just making up a story to save face.
She had a whole community of people not believing her, calling her a liar, calling her horrible names. What she was looking for was somebody to believe that when she had been raped, that she really was raped. And this man came along while she was pregnant and understood that this is what she needed. And so that's what traffickers do. They find out what somebody needs. They become their hero. They slowly start manipulating them. They start convincing them that this is really the only way they're going to be able to survive. And then they start doing mind games with them. If they have had sex, then they'll give them a reward. And then if for some reason they're not ready and willing to try new things, then he'll withhold love. He'll withhold money. And in her case, it was for diapers or for food for her son. And then as soon as she agrees to do it, then he rewards her as soon as she does.
The difference between sex work and trafficking is that a sex worker is not manipulated or coerced. Sex workers sell their services voluntarily for money. Trafficking is entirely different. It's engineered to entrap the victim, and it involves a third party who collects all the payments.
The trafficker's job is really just to get the victim ready. Third party's person's job is to find the Johns. They never do it the same way twice. I mean, they keep it random on purpose so that they can't get caught. Samantha had actually been transported as far as Ottawa and then as far as London. So that's what the third party person does. They got a lot of money for her because she was one of the higher ends because she was not using drugs. During all of that, she existed, but not well. She wasn't our Samantha.
Samantha didn't even realize that she was being trafficked by her common-law partner. She believed her moral compass had slipped, and she blamed herself entirely.
After she found out that's what trafficking was, and that that's actually what had happened to her, we got Samantha back. She's got her son that she absolutely adores. She's got a great relationship with all of her siblings and with both Dad and I. She knows how to do what she needs to for the self-healing.
Samantha's been working with victim services to tell school kids her story, and Lynda shares what she's learned with parent and community groups.
As a survivor, she's doing fantastic. Considering what she's been through, she's a fighter, she's tenacious, she's a great example that you can recover if you want to.
If there is one takeaway, one thing that anyone can do who's concerned about young people being trafficked, it's this.
Educate yourself. Know exactly what this is. Don't assume you know. As far as prevention, understand that your kids are vulnerable. We as parents have to find out what those vulnerabilities are before a trafficker is, because that's their only job. A trafficker is out looking for children's vulnerabilities, because even if they come from a perfect family, the trafficker is definitely finding out.